Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kyle and Claire want to make a deal, and Kane leaves Phyllis speechless. After Damien, Carter, and Chance were killed on Kane's estate in France, all of his planning and scheming came to naught. Victor mocked him before everyone left, stating he'd always be 10 steps ahead of him, and that Genoa City was his town. Kane may be down, but he's not out, and next week's Young and Restless trailer suggests he's ready for war, as are the Newmans. But does Kane truly believe he can beat the mustache? Victor told Adam to prepare for conflict, since Kane was returning to town. Victoria and Adam agreed to a truce, and now Victoria's daughter and boyfriend Kyle appear to be ready to play Let's Make a Deal. Jack has previously advised his son to be prepared, as Audra will most likely seek vengeance on him after everything that has happened. With Kane returning in town, Victor proposes how Lily should manage her ex's presence, which is not what Lily had planned. What is Victor playing at? Finally, after checking into the athletic club, Kane meets with Phyllis and informs her that someone else will be working with them, and it is none other than her former colleague and boss, Billy. Will she be able to trust him? Don't get us started on Kane's new look, which can only be described as a choice. He's taking over Genoa City and reuniting with Lily on Y&R. The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Kane Ashby will not abandon his hostile takeover intentions in Genoa City. That's not all. He refuses to give up on wooing Lily Winters, whom he considers the love of his life. Lily advised Kane not to go to Genoa City on Tuesday's program. She does not see anyone forgiving him for the Chateau killings, particularly Chance Chancellor. The Winters family will not welcome him with open arms either. Nate Hastings, Jr. will take a long time to forgive Kane for his role in Damien Kane. Despite this, the Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Kane is more determined than ever to return to Genoa City and take over Jabot, Chancellor Industries, Winters, and Newman Enterprise. Kane refuses to take Lily's stern advice. According to Y&R teasers, Kane still wants to go to Genoa City to pursue his business aspirations. Kane confronts Billy Abbott about his business plan just minutes after Carter and Chance are killed. He advises investing in Abbott Communications to preserve his company. Jack recently threatened to cut off Billy's finances, effectively killing the company. Billy required Kane's investment or face collapse. According to the Young and the Restless teasers, Billy informed Sally Spectra that he would appoint her as CEO of Abbott Communications so that he could pursue the main prize, Chancellor Industries. Kane, with the help of Billy and Phyllis Summers, plans to take over all of Genoa City's main businesses. He initiated his offensive strategy by purchasing real estate throughout town, establishing himself as a major businessman in the area. Kane wants Lily. After Kane obtains the firms he desires, he intends to pursue his true prize, Lily. According to the Young and the Restless spoilers, Lily isn't interested in a reunion right now. She is blinded by her rage for past loss and killings in France. It will take time and patience for her to overcome this and see Kane in a new light. According to Y&R spoilers, Lily's opinion of Kane will evolve during the November sweeps. She will see the old Kane and possibly fall in love with her ex-husband again. Nick and Sharon's kiss inspires those hoping for a reunion. According to spoilers from The Young and the Restless, Sharon Newman saved Nick Newman's life. He would probably have died if she hadn't been beside Nick when Kane Ashby's enforcer gashed his abdomen. Fortunately, she subdued the goon with a blow to the head as he was attacking Nick. Sharon also ran into the maze and met Billy Abbott, who brought in Sally Spectra. Together, the trio stabilized Nick and got him the medical attention he needed. Longtime supporters hoping for Nick and Sharon's reconciliation were ecstatic when he kissed Sharon. Seems to express more than thanks. Kane Ashby's invitation proved disastrous. Nick went with his parents to Kane's chateau, as Amanda Sinclair described it when she called the police for assistance. Morrow's characters, Victor Newman and Nikki Newman, were skeptical of the invitation from the start yet intrigued to see what would happen. Damien Kane, Chance Chancellor, and Carter were killed in 3 separate yet tragic incidents. Carter's murder of Damien and the unintentional death of Chance were followed by that troubled side character's voluntary departure from this world. When Nick and Kane got into a fight in the hostage room, his enforcer gashed him. Flynn's character appears to be preparing to dodge legal consequences, with Carter conveniently shouldering the blame for everything that occurred. Lily Winter's direct involvement may also help Chance avoid prosecution, holding a couple against their will. Kane ordered that Nick be held captive. He stated that Nick was Damien's murderer because Carter had put evidence, an antique knife, under the bathroom sink. However, Amanda's digitally generated Chancellor transfer agreement suggested that Kane intended to use Nick's alleged guilty status as leverage. The audience is aware that Kane had a conversation with Amanda about this, believing that the Newmans would succumb to the gravity of the situation. One would expect Kane to face kidnapping charges for keeping Nick and Sharon in that filthy room. Expanding his possibilities, Kane might possibly face charges for holding all of his so-called guests on the property against their will.
However, the entire action took place in the south of France rather than Genoa City, Wisconsin. So, it's reasonable to assume that Chance will face no legal consequences. Sharon Newman realizes progress. Sharon concluded months ago that there was a possibility of another reunion between her and Nick. Nick objected to the notion, citing his previous mistreatment of her. Case's character stated that they had injured each other over the years but remained bonded together. Sharon's final statement may have been the most powerful, as she emphasized their maturity and the reality of current situations rather than cherry-picking nostalgia. Sharon's presence for Nick after he sustained a major cut that drew a lot of blood had an immediate impact on him. Fans of this renowned one-time couple are justifiably hoping that Nick's recognition will go beyond the unexpected kiss when he, Sharon, Kane, and the other guests return to GC. Kyle and Audra's private encounter was recorded. Did Kane lie about no cameras in the bedroom? According to spoilers from The Young and the Restless, Kyle Abbott and Audra Charles's secret rendezvous may have been filmed. Was Kane Ashby lying when he assured Chance Chancellor that there were no cameras in the bedrooms? Since Kane returned to the scene and revealed that he was the guy behind Aristotle Dumas' business, there has been no shortage of deception. Kane lied about his double life for years, and then lied about his guests being trapped without mobile service. With that in mind, Kane's claims can never be fully trusted. It is prudent to consider the chance that Kane is lying, regardless of the issue. Despite the chaos in Nice, Chance seems astonished by Kane's enormous security footage setup and all the cameras on the house. Kane pretended it was usual procedure for an estate like his and insisted there were no cameras in the bedrooms. Kane has lied about so many other things. May he have also lied about the lack of bedroom cameras? Kane may not have intended to appear creepy, but we wouldn't be surprised if he monitored his visitors in the sleeping vehicles, despite the violation of privacy. If bedroom camera footage exists, it might cause problems for Kyle and Audra. What if a secret recording exists of Kyle making out with Audra while wearing only a towel and getting on top of her in bed? Diane Jenkins Abbott has previously stated that Claire Newman will most likely oppose Kyle's aggressive behavior with Audra. Kyle may not have slept with his former flame, but he still crossed a lot of boundaries. Of course, Kyle is postponing his admission that Victor Newman hired Audra for the seduction ploy and trap he set. Claire is still suffering the loss of Cole Howard, so Kyle does not want to add to her problems. Kyle may even try to ignore the incident entirely, but that plan may not work if he is caught on camera with Audra. We could well imagine Kane utilizing that recording as leverage. Kane might threaten Kyle and possibly Jack Abbott to get what he wants. Kane may potentially offer Victor the recording in exchange for Chancellor or something else of value to him. Victor could see this as treachery proof and use it to derail Claire's romance with Kyle, especially if the video ends before Kyle pulls back. Victor might also use this proof to collect $5 million from Kyle and force him out of town. Whatever the case, YNR fans are aware that there was a lot of focus on the security cameras in Nice. May there be bedroom footage after all, and may it reveal Kyle's scandalous interactions with Audra behind closed doors? According to The Young and the Restless spoilers, Kyle and Audra will face additional challenges in the future, so we'll keep you updated on any unpleasant developments. Kane's surprise, Claire and Adam's deal, Lily's redirection. According to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, a preview clip has been published for the week of August 4, 2025. It depicts Kane Ashby having an unpleasant surprise for Phyllis Summers. Claire Grace Newman and Kyle Abbott propose a deal to Adam Newman. Plus, Victor Newman has a proposal for Lily Winters. Continue reading and let's discuss what's coming up on the CBS soap drama. Claire Grace Newman's devious deal. Let's start with Claire and Kyle, who visit Adam's office. In the promo video for next week, Adam coolly and casually wonders what brings people by. Kyle stands calmly as Claire asks, why else do Newmans stop by each other's homes unannounced? To strike a bargain. The woman has a faint smile, so I'm curious about what she suggests. Lily Winters redirected. Next, Victor will attempt to devise a strategy for dealing with Kane. The patriarch has already reunited his family. Next, he speaks with Lily and Devon Winters. Victor inquires, while Devon sits calmly on the couch, whether Lily is aware that Kane has returned to Genoa City. Lily is present, and she claims to have just discussed the problem with Devon. The entrepreneur then vows that she will steer clear of him. However, Victor proposes that Lily do the opposite. Oh, I do not like where this is going. https://twitter.com/Kiara-Champagne/status/1951031107853365464. Kane Ashby's surprise. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of August 1st show that Phyllis is somewhere alone with Kane. As the redhead takes a drink, the tycoon announces that someone else will be attending their meeting. This is plainly a surprise, but Phyllis tries to remain calm. Red informs Kane, well, they must be a heavy hitter if you're letting them into your business world. Wow, she can lay it on thick, doesn't she? Kane then opens the door for Billy Abbott. Phyllis becomes nervous as the two men chat at the entrance. It's unclear whether she can see who's at the door or not. In any case, things are going to become more complicated. I'm not Phyllis's biggest fan, but I sincerely hope Kane didn't use her solely to betray her at the last minute. After all, she was the first to say that Kane did not kill Damian Kane. Claire storms out on Victor after Grandpa trashes Kyle. The Young and the Restless recap for Monday, August 4th, shows that an enraged Claire Newman will storm out on Victor Newman after she says she is tired of her grandfather disparaging Kyle Abbott and attempting to split them up. Claire will urge that Kyle meet with her family before Cole Howard's memorial, despite Victor's objections. Victor will ignore Kyle, irritating Claire, but Kyle will try to keep the conversation focused on Cole's memories. YNR spoilers suggest Adam Newman will face Victor's lecture because he did not publish the Billy Abbott hit articles. Victor will make it plain that he still wants Billy's public humiliation, so Nick Newman will warn that his brother cannot play both sides when it comes to their father. Chelsea Lawson will meet Lily Winters at Crimson Lights and offer her sympathies on Damian Kane's passing. Chelsea will also bring up Kane Ashby's recent trip to Genoa City, making Lily realize he lied about them being stranded because there was a means to leave his estate in Nice. Because the twins are unaware that Kane is Aristotle Dumas, Lily will eventually leave a voice note in their group chat encouraging them to speak with their father. Chelsea will then accompany Adam, Claire, Kyle, Nick, Victor, Nikki Newman, and Victoria Newman for Cole's memorial. Once the service is completed, everyone will return to the ranch. Victor will propose a toast and describe Cole's eventual acceptance into the Newman family. Claire will strike out when Victor cites many others tried and failing, knowing he is referring to Kyle. Victor will point out that he did not mention Kyle's name, but Claire will reply that she is not dumb and is tired of him always bashing Kyle. Of course, Victor refuses to apologize for doing what he believes is best for his family. Claire will argue that Victor no longer has control over who is in her life, and that she should have done this weeks ago. Claire will stomp out after declaring that she is tired of Victor's attempts to end her relationship with Kyle. Kyle will follow suit. Kane will greet Phyllis Summers in a suite at the GCAC and inform her that he is just staying there briefly. Because Kane has an identical train on each continent, he'll explain that when his American train gets in town, he'll live there. After Kane indicates that someone else will be attending the meeting, he will open the door for Billy. Phyllis and Billy will argue in front of Kane, who will eventually insist on a team that gets along. When Kane describes his agenda and admits that pursuing Jabot is part of it, he'll question if Billy can handle it. Kane will also propose to include Abbott Communications in his new powerful creation once he has incorporated all of the major GC companies. Billy will need time to consider, but Phyllis will insist on going all in right now and being more trustworthy. Billy will suspect Kane of being insane or possessing a secret weapon because his ambitious ambitions appear unrealistic. Kane will eventually get Billy to join them and find out. According to previews for The Young and the Restless, Billy will face a difficult decision that may involve a huge family betrayal. Following the horrific events at Kane Ashby's French chateau, where Damien, Carter, and Chance died, Genoa City braces for another wave of chaos, ambition, and betrayal. Kane's meticulous plan may have fallen in blood and devastation, but his determination remains unwavering. Victor Newman's final remarks, dripping with menace and power, were unequivocal. Genoa City belongs to him, and Kane can never match his legacy or dominance. But Kane does not flinch. Not even after being publicly chastised, privately cautioned, and globally humiliated. He's returned to Genoa City, and not only to lick his wounds, but to wage war. While Victor gathers the Newman armies and negotiates difficult truces among his family, Kane is assembling his own army, complete with shocking alliances, disturbing charisma, and a stinging business plan. And now that army may include two of Victor's least predicted adversaries, Billy Abbott and Phyllis Summers. Meanwhile, Kyle Abbott and Claire Grace Newman are about to set off fireworks of their own by striding into Adam Newman's office with a bold suggestion, laying the groundwork for a potentially game-changing collaboration. At the same time, Victor's unwavering grasp on his family begins to fray, notably when Claire defies him, storms out of the ranch, and declares her independence, with Kyle close behind. Claire Grace Newman, clever, lovely, and very much her grandfather's granddaughter, arrives at Adam Newman's office with Kyle, holding out what appears to be an olive branch, but there are thorns. Why else do Newmans visit each other's offices unannounced? Claire remarks slyly. To make a deal. This is not just about business. It's personalized, strategic, and deliberate. The couple hopes to form a power alliance with Adam that would shift the balance inside the Newman empire, or at the absolute least, disrupt Victor's grip long enough for someone, perhaps Claire herself, to grab control. Adam, ever the brooding strategist, considers their offer with cool curiosity. He's never been one to trust easily, especially when it comes to family and Kyle. But Claire's confidence, along with Kyle's quiet, hints to something bigger, a plan so exact and intricate that it could easily entice Adam to join the rebellion. While Claire plots, she is also trying to maintain her relationship with Kyle in the face of Victor's disdain, lingering sadness for Cole Howard, and unresolved betrayal. Her emotional and professional lives have become intertwined like chess pieces, with each move having the potential to shatter an empire, or a heart. While Victor continues to plan his counterattack behind closed doors, his relationship with Claire deteriorates rapidly. During a quiet moment following Cole's memorial, Victor proposes a toast that is less about sentiment and more about status, implying that, unlike Cole, others have attempted and failed to be accepted into the Newman family. Claire, enraged by the veiled jab at Kyle, bursts. She confronts her grandfather, accusing him of manipulating her love life, undermining her decisions, and demeaning the guy she loves. "You don't get to decide who's in my life anymore," she shouts, storming off, Kyle close following. Claire's ties to the Newman legacy are now tenuous, making this a watershed moment. Her acts indicate that she is not only willing to resist Victor, but also prepared to battle him, and she is collecting allies with each measured move.